Welcome to the channel, folks. Clunkers and Classics, where we are going down the home stretch. Just about finished with this. So this episode we're going to paint the white. Last episode we painted the gold along the bottom and the door jambs white. So you can see I masked off that area, so that's kind of like the factory did it there. And the jambs, so we're going to mask all that off and just paint the white. So all I have to do is just a few little areas like this, sand them down with 320/400 grit, and then just go over it. I pretty much sanded everything else. Just go over it a little bit. See if there's, like, had it covered in plastic when I was painting the gold, so I don't know what happened here. Well, I think I know what happened. That's probably cat piss. This one here running in the garage the other day wouldn't come out for a day and a half. So she was stuck in there chasing it around in the boxes. Yeah, probably got up here and took a piss. Hopefully it didn't do it on the seats. Yeah, I was wondering what that was. Piss or puke. So yeah, I'll clean that off, and then we're going to kind of rinse it off as best it can, because I'm not going to spray it real hard because I got no weather stripping and the windows are down and all that. I really like to wash a car really good before I paint it, but we'll wash all the inside of the hood area, get all the dust out of there, and just kind of keep the hose low to clean the rest of it. There's the front spoiler. We got that painted gold. This side did come out lighter. I had 3 or 4 coats of this on there, but yeah, the bottom of that door is a little light, but I don't have enough paint to redo it, and I'm not going to buy any more. It's got, 3 coats of paint and 2 coats of clear on there. It's like it's protected. It's not going to rust or nothing. Then the Super Sport decals go on there. So I don't know. I could spot it in later, I guess, if I wanted to. But yeah, it's just really that area there. The rest of it looks pretty good. That gold paint is whatever they call it, translucent or whatever. It just doesn't cover very good. Probably best to well, I got a primer coat. It was like this, but it'll probably be best to put a coat of that on right before you paint it. Coat of sealer or something. Okay, so yeah, so I guess, I don't know what it is, but it seems like there's a contest on YouTube to see who can build the shittiest looking car. I don't know what it is, guys. I'm watching so many videos of these rusty, crappy looking cars that these people are building to drive on the road and everything, but they like it looking shitty, and they want to outdo their buddies and make it even crappier looking. I don't get it. But anyway, we're not signing up for any of that here. We paint all our cars, my cars, just like we did the Black El Camino last. We're going to do the truck. We're going to do the IROC. Did the Nomad last year. So yeah, everything gets painted here. Nothing looks like garbage. Okay, let's go over the paint a little bit. Now, the gold I mentioned in the other video, but in case you're new, the gold I already had. A customer bought that and some other paint and thinners and stuff for me years and years ago, and then never showed up. I don't know what happened to him. Must have died or something. So that was free. Now, oh, I meant to show you the Avalanche. Okay, so this paint, we'll go over the paint we're painting it with. I thought there was more in here than that, but there's only about a quart. I opened it up again to paint the jambs. So there isn't much left here. Maybe enough for one coat. But this is the paint I painted the 94 step side with. Got that on a playlist. 111 bucks. Acrylic enamel. Got the hardener and reducer. And a little mixing cup and stir sticks and strainers. Got the whole kit. Everything you need. 111 bucks. Okay, so I got a quart left, enough for about one coat. Or I could paint the bed with that. I think I'm just going to do the sides of the bed, the inside sides, and leave the back black. And what I use, I don't even know what it, I tried spray and the quart can. I'll have to find it later. I'll screw around now trying to find it. But I dabbed it on with a brush, and that looked better than the spray. The spray cans wouldn't last very long at all. It would take about 10 cans to spray it. Okay, so this is the paint I got from Summit, called acrylic urethane paint. These are both single stages, acrylic. I don't know really what the difference is between acrylic urethane and regular acrylic. I thought maybe it would be better, and I painted this, used this to paint the Avalanche, which is also on a playlist. It looks pretty good, but it looks a little dull now. I don't know. It's painted it, I don't know, last spring or summer. It's lasted this long. It looks pretty good. Well, we can go look at it. But the Avalanche, half of it's that cladding, gray cladding, so I didn't really have to use this much of this paint. There's about half left, so there's probably enough for 2 good coats. So I got 1 coat, 2 more, that's 3 coats. That's all you need. And this kit was $171, and it also came with the reducer and hardener. Okay, so that's what we're going to use. Now, depending on what it looks like, see, I sold the 94 step side, so I don't know how that's going to look, how that's going to hold out, although it's only been, you know, that was painted last summer too. I don't know how long these paints are going to last, guys, so don't, you know, they could last a year, 2, 3 years before they fade out or something, but it's not bottom of the barrel. You don't want to be using spray cans or tractor paint or anything like that, because that ain't going to last worth a shit. This is actual car paint. It will last, but we don't know how many years it will last. Of course, it all depends on, you know, if you keep your car in the garage, you wax it, you know, buff it every now and then, yeah, it's going to last a real long time. But I don't like doing any of that. I barely wash them. So, and they're always outside. Half the cars I got are underneath the carport, but most of them are outside hitting the sun, 100 and something degrees every day in the summer here. And so, you know, but see, my paint I've been using for decades now is this Nason Full Thane 2K urethane. But it's gone up so much in price. This is the black here. It's just got way out of hand. It's just way too much. And not only that, but the hardeners and reducer and everything is just through the roof, you know. So, you know, it'd probably be $300 to paint a car with this now, and that's just a black or a white or, you know, something solid, no metallics. The metallics, you could probably double the price. That's why I don't paint too many cars metallics, guys, because it's just too expensive. So yeah, it'd probably be $300 and all that Nason, which I like to use. And this stuff here, you don't need to, you know, buff it. You don't need to, it'll stay shiny 10 years from now. Sitting outside, let it sit outside for 10 years and it'll still look the same. It'll look great. So but it's $300. It's just getting too expensive, where this stuff is 100 and something. Now this was 111 last summer, but now it's 129 or something, 124 now. So they just keep going up every whatever couple of months. So anyway, we're not spending nothing painting this El Camino, because we're going to use up all this stuff we got. Okay, so that's going to be basically a free paint job, but that's going over the paint that I use, guys. I don't really like base clear. I just don't trust clear. But I have clear, and I paint like the gold I painted on the bottom of the El Camino. I use this clear here, but it's along the bottom, so it's not going to get direct sunlight, and it'll probably last a long time down there. But I don't really like painting whole cars with clear, but if I do, I use this Nason Select Clear. Okay, so if you want to cheap, I just bought this. I can't remember, 129 bucks. But it's gone up $30 or $40 lately, so it used to be a hell of a lot cheaper. But if you need to use clear, there you go. We may use that. See, if I don't use this if I do use this, it's only going to be a quart or two. Put 2 coats on that El Camino, and ain't going to take much. But I bought that for the El Camino maybe, and maybe for the 81 Silverado. So we may use that because I'm painting a Silverado with this cheap paint, eBay wholesale crap. And somebody asked me a long time ago about this restoration shop paint. I didn't buy this, but my 77 Corvette I bought from a guy. He painted it with this. It's gray metallic. That was the original color of the car. And he just painted it. It didn't last more than 6 months, and it faded out, looked like primer. So I would not recommend this restoration shop paint stuff. I don't know what it is. Made in USA, San Diego, but it's junk. This is probably junk too. But that's why I bought clear, because you can clear over anything, enamel. You don't have to do base coat. You can put enamel on there and then clear over that. Okay, so that's it on the paint stuff, guys. That's usually what I use. The El Camino, I'm not sure if I'm gonna be selling it or keeping it, but okay. So the bed, yeah, could paint it white. That's a lot of area. I'm thinking of just painting from here up white, and then dab the truck bed coating. That's what's on there now. That's what's black. Just dabbed out along the bottom and the tailgate. So and then the jams. I dabbed all that truck coating in these jams here. Well, except for here. So we'll probably leave this black and just spray a little bit of white in there and there and the sides, and then paint the car. So we just don't want to waste a whole bunch of decent paint where we can use that other stuff. Okay, so this is it looks pretty good, but it looks, I don't know if it's just it looks pretty shiny. It'll look a lot. Yeah, it's really dirty. So that's the Summit acrylic urethane. I think it'll be all right. I mean, if it lasts a couple of years and it's got to be buffed, well, that's okay. But like I said, I don't like to buff or anything. So that's what I'm thinking, whether I should, see, it just looks a little, down the sides there, maybe it's just a little dull looking, but maybe not. Okay. But yeah, if you did that and then put 2 coats of clear, it would be shiny as hell. And but like I said, I don't trust clear. I don't think clear will last too long down here, and it'll end up peeling off after a couple years. Okay guys, well, I'm not doing anything today. I just figured I'd get this video started and tell you about the paint. Well, I got a little bit. It's still really cold. It's actually 30 something degrees right now. I gotta wait for at least 2 days in the 60s. One to paint it, the next one to dry, so it doesn't freeze overnight and it'll kind of flash different and everything. So we gotta wait for 2 days like that. It could be a week, could be 2 weeks. So yeah, I'll come back when I got it masked up. There ain't much to mask, but we'll get it in. Well, yeah, I gotta mask up all the gold. We'll get it in the shop, clean out the shop, mask up the gold, and then get ready to paint it, and I'll come back then. Okay guys, we'll see you then. Okay guys, a few days later, it is about 70 degrees. It's supposed to be like 68, but I think it's about 70 degrees and sunny. Today is Monday. It's going to be like this for the whole week. Then I think on the weekend it's supposed to be 50 something and rainy on some day. But anyway, we got more than enough time to get this painted, dried, put everything together on it, and all that stuff. So that's what we'll be doing for the next few days. Just washed her down with soap and water. That's the secret to a good paint job. Wash all that dust and crap that's trapped in everywhere, because just blowing it off, you won't get it all. You won't get all the, anyway, just hose everything off. And I'll mention I didn't redo my water deal there. It had a little outlet for the outside faucet. I didn't bother doing that because I remember to have another water outlet. And see this mobile home here? This used to be right here. And I moved it out of there with a pickup truck. That's as far as I got it. I actually wanted to back it up and stick it over here in the corner, but I couldn't back it up. It was going uphill. So it started moving forward, and I went as far as I could before it stopped and got stuck. I just didn't want it here. But anyway, this was the water outlet for it. Now it's leaking a little bit and shit. Anyway, can turn it off there. I had a piece of wood over top of it. It's leaking out of the hose that I attached to it, so that's why it filled up with water. But anyway, it's a good little backup water thing in case the mobile home freezes up again. This one, a good backup water supply if you don't hoard water. I hoard water in jugs and stuff anyway, but okay, so I'm gonna let her drip dry for a little while in the sun here, and then we'll bring it in the shop. I already blew all the dust out of the shop. We'll pull it in there and mask it up and paint it, but that'll probably be tomorrow because I've been screwing around today doing a bunch of little stuff, and well, it'll take a little while to mask this up. So anyway, we'll be painting it tomorrow. Okay, we'll see you then. Okay guys, I got it all masked up and ready to go. I'm just gonna go paint over this. I got new ones. Just didn't want to, I want to make sure I get all the tape in there. Yeah, I'm going to spray a little bit of paint in this jam here for the tailgate. As far as the bed, I'm not going to worry about it too much. I do have another quart. It's 20 bucks for the bed coating. This is a lot better than the spray can. You'll use about 10 spray cans trying to get one coat on that thing because they use up so fast. And this stuff will last forever. So, or I mean, it'll last for the whole bed, just that quart for 20 bucks. So I just use a brush and dab it on there. Or you could just, if you had some flat paint, you could just flat paint the overspray. But I think I'm gonna dab it all on there once it's all done, because it's got some stuff on there that just doesn't wash off very good, just dust and stuff. So anyway, that's with the bed. Yeah, it'll get a bunch of overspray on it. I'm not too worried about it. I wouldn't mind painting it white, but I don't think I'll have enough white paint to do it. So we're going to start off with with this here, got about a quart left. It's pretty thick. I'm gonna thin it down and we'll see how much we got, but it's probably only gonna be good for one coat. And then this stuff here, probably 2 coats. Then we'll see what happens. If I have to use clear to get another good uniform coat on there, I will, but I doubt it. I'd rather not. Okay, so yeah, she's all ready. So all I'm gonna do is wipe it down with a wet rag, paper towel. Just get, you know, there's still a little stuff on here. Close the doors. Painted with the Harbor Freight $14 gun. This is the one I've been using. I think I painted the black El Camino with it. I've musty filled it up. Used spray primer out of it probably 20 times. And right before I paint a car, I usually use a new one. And I thought this was, because I'll buy them 2 at a time. And this one, it hasn't been used, no paint out of it. But I just now transferred everything over. And it just has a constant stream of, I just had thinner in there, stream of thinner, just, so something's wrong with the gun. So it's a dud. So every once in a while you'll get a dud, and then every once in a while you'll get a gun that'll just spray and spray and spray good every time. They usually don't last that long. And I'm not one to take a whole fucking gun apart and clean it and everything for 14 bucks. Ain't worth my time. There's tons of them right there. Once they start spraying crappy and you try to clean the tip and change this little filter over and it still sprays like crap, well then it goes in the crap pile. So anyway, that's a dud. That's spraying good. That's what we're going to spray it with. Next time I get up near Harbor Freight, I'll buy 2 more. Probably use a fresh gun to paint 81 Silverado. Okay, what else do I want to go over? Oh, people that keep asking me what air pressure. Well, there's really no set air pressure you paint a car with. It's basically what feels right to you, and most I can say is to practice. Get a big piece of cardboard to practice. I'll spray some patterns on here to get the pattern. You want a nice big oval pattern like that. If you're doing spot primer, you can just do a little circle and prime something, but when you're painting a car, you get the biggest, widest pattern you can. Every time you paint and primer and stuff differently, put low pressure if you're just doing a little area. There's no use having full pressure and getting overspray everywhere. So you're constantly adjusting the pressure. This got a pressure here for this regulator, and then the gun's got a built-in. So basically you just turn the bottom of it, pressure till you get a good pattern and it feels good, and you adjust the pressure or the right here for the amount of paint coming out compared to the air, or the air paint mixture. You want to get that right, as if you have it too much paint coming out, you'll get a bunch of runs. So depending on that, that's how you adjust pressure too. So that most I can do is just tell you to practice on an area like this or some cardboard, and get used to it if you never painted before. Okay, and plus it's all faded out. I can't even the numbers on that thing to tell you. But I get asked that all the time. Second most asked question is the compressor. 20 gallon whatever. There's the stats stuff on it. That's all you need. You could actually do it with less. Now the compressor's going to be running a lot. I was going to put it outside for today and videotape some, but my cord ain't long enough. The cord's only to there, and I'm using up my extension cord for the fan there and the lights here. I don't have another cord really handy that's heavy duty. If I use a little cheap cord, it might might cut off, and I don't want it cutting off in the middle of a paint job. So you have to put up with the sound of the compressor. Got the fan here. Get these cats out of here. Get out of here. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna close this door down. Let me get the okay, and if you're too worried, if it's too windy outside, it's not bad right now. You'd put a piece of cardboard right here. You just have the paint coming out. But I'm not too worried about it. There's no wind gushing in. Okay, so that's about all I want to go over. I'll just set you up with the camera and use my little cheap GoPro Hero 4. I don't know if somebody gave me this one or gave me another one, but no accessories, and I got a whole bunch of accessories and another camera off eBay for like 30 bucks. So my good camera that I'm using right now, I don't want to use that unless I usually wrap it in plastic so the overspray doesn't get on the lens and screw it all up. That one I don't care about too much. So yeah, anyway, I'll set you up with different angles. I think like the last paint job I did there, I just put on different angles. We're going to start. Okay, you want to start, do half the hood. Okay, and then I'll probably come over, do half the roof like that, come down, and then go over the other side and do the other half of the roof, other half of the hood, other half of the roof, then come back over here and do this side, and then come over here and do this side. Okay, that way it keeps it all wet. You can't start at one end and go on in a circle, because by the time you get all the way around, it'll be kind of dry somewhat. You know, you got to get it all even. It's 72 degrees today. It's going to be 76 tomorrow, just like spring, but here it is, January 29th or 30th, right in the middle of winter, and it's like springtime. So yeah, it's kind of hot, and probably going to get hotter in here now with the doors down, because the metal building, sun will heat it up. So that's the way you do it. You do a panel, little area, go around, do the other half, and then you can go do the sides. So that's how we're going to do it. I won't record all of it. I'll just record like maybe the first coat and the last coat, something like that. And like I said, the compressor's going to be going in the background. Not much I can do about it. So yeah, I think that's about it, guys. That's a do-it-yourself paint a car in your garage type thing. You just blow all the dust out. No really need to clean up anything. Just after everything's settled, then it's okay to paint your car. Just don't be spraying air over stuff that collects dust. Once all the dust is already settled down, it's not going to be floating around. The biggest thing you got to worry about in the spring, summer, fall, whatever, is bugs. There's no bugs right now, but I bet a bunch are hatching because of the weather. But that's the biggest problem with painting a car in your garage, is the bugs. Little things there get all in the paint. Well, you just don't paint a car when it does that. You gotta wait. They usually come out at night or in the early morning. So yeah, that's the biggest problem, not dust. So everything's settled down. I'm not worried about dust shooting up. You would on the floor, but I already done the two-tone down there. When you're painting down here, yeah, you're gonna spray up some dust. That's why a lot of people will spray water all the way around. We're not spraying this low because we already did the gold, so we're just going to spray here up. Not too worried about dust from the bottom here getting up. So that's another tip you can do. Okay, I think that's it, guys. I'll mix up that paint, and next clip there will be me painting it. I put on my mask and stuff. I just buy these cheap masks right here. I haven't changed the filters in forever, but okay, I'll be back. Okay, guys, I'm done with it. Let's take a look at it. Man, this thing's already dry. It dried fast. Yeah, it's so hot out. Okay, so I think the GoPro camera showed me putting on 3 coats, I believe. Yeah, I was putting them on one after another. No waiting in between coats to dry or nothing like that, because it was drying quick. So, the last coat, I did 3 coats, and then I had about, half a quart of paint left. So I went ahead and added about a half a quart of clear in with it, mixed it. So it's about half paint, half clear, and I had enough to do 1 more coat. And I figured it might be a little bit wetter, which it is. So I was getting a little bit of a dry streak. Now people say black is the hardest color to paint. It's really not. White is the hardest, because it's really hard to see white, because you want to paint, you paint your fan, and then you want to overlap it by half and keep going down like that. Well, it's really hard to see white, and I knew that because the first car I ever painted was black, second car I ever painted was white. And then the painter at the shop I was working at, I was like, he told me, he says, yeah, white's the hardest because it's really hard to see. So anyway, most of it I was going by was just instinct, like to get it all completely shiny. So I think it turned out, so I figured the clear would help in that, and I think it did. And it was a little bit thin on the last coat too. I mixed in a little bit more reducer, so it was thinner. So yeah, anyway, that's the way I did it. They would call that an integrated clear coat, where you mix clear in with the paint, and you'd only do that on the last coat. No, there's no use doing it on the first 3 or anything. So yeah, it's pretty shiny. Of course, these fluorescent lights here, they're going to show up the little, you know, in orange peely and stuff like that, but it looks really good, and it's going to look like perfect outside. Now, I don't have a whole, see, this light's kind of over that way a little bit, which is fine. I wanted it over there so I could see over there. So this area right here is a little dark. So this was a lot of the instinct painting, trying to get it all shiny, uniformly shiny. But anyway, it all turned out really good. And I got a little bit of paint left, because I still got to do that rear filler piece. I think I put it outside maybe. So it's a little piece that goes up in here, and I'm not sure how I'm going to fix that. A while back, a month or 2 ago, it was $100 on eBay. Now they're $150 for the cheapest. I mean, there's some on there for $260 for a little piece of plastic filler. Crazy. So I got to fix mine, and that's it. Okay, so I'm going to leave it in here for the rest of the day. Tomorrow we'll put it outside, unmask it, put it outside in the sun, let it really bake, and start putting it together. So I think I'll save all that for the next video. So yeah, anyway guys, that's here, we'll pull a little bit of this off. See the gold. Yeah, I only finished painting about a half hour ago, and it's already dry to the touch. There it is, white and gold. Got all the super sport stripes decals to put on there. It's gonna look good. New chrome handles, new weather stripping. Got the mirrors already painted them a while back. Put on them. The only thing that's gonna look crappy is this chrome here. Is the only bad piece of chrome I got. It's kind of stained looking, but can't find any. So anyway, I'll save all that for next video, guys. Put it all together, stripes, and I don't know what we'll all do next video. We'll do that. Maybe I haven't added it up yet to see how much the build costs, but we'll definitely be going over that. And yeah, we'll do that next video too, and then it needs to test drive it. I don't have tags or insurance on it, but we'll take it up the street maybe. So maybe all that next video. But anyway, that's it for this one. Yeah, so subscribe if you haven't. Bottom right hand corner of the screen. Just click that. It's free, doesn't cost anything. Like, comment, share. It's supposed to help out the algorithm. And yeah, I think that's it, guys. Okay, well, we'll see you all next video. Thanks everybody for watching.